Welcome to The Divide with Mike and Corey, two diehard baseball fans who don't agree on anything. Which side will you choose? This is The Divide.
Hey guys, I'm Julie Stewart-Banks.
Hey, what's up? This is Cliff Floyd. You can catch me on The Divide.
You can catch me on The Divide on Fox Sports The Gambler.
Hopefully our disagreements one day bring us all together.
So stupid. So corny. And so stupid. I hope our disagreements bring us together.
Yeah, I do. This is The Divide.
And here we are, guys. Divide live on Fox Sports The Gambler, 102.5 Philly, 104.1 Trenton. Or check us out on the iHeartRadio app. We're in podcast form. So even if you don't catch us when we're live, check us out on podcast form. It's cool. We curse and stuff. Sometimes
Get nominated for awards. We lose. Spoiler.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That was a letdown.
We haven't been nominated in a long time, man, ever since we joined this Fox team.
Do the math, right?
I know what the common denominator is here.
We weren't like the little engine that could anymore. They're just like, oh, that's cool.
They're like, oh, we nominated you once, and now you guys are big time on Fox Sports The Gambler. So we're on The Gambler now, and gambling with our careers. That's a dope shirt.
Thanks. You got a dope shirt on too.
Oh, thanks, man. This is our shirt. At least I'm representing us and not some has-been golf podcast. You know what I mean? I'm kidding, man. I love swinging and dinging, dude. We were talking about the outing the other day. I cannot wait for that outing.
It's so dope.
Summer. It's going to be fantastic.
It's amazing to see all those companies come together, raise money for the Mila Foundation, but also like, yeah, it's the Masters are in town, dude. So that's why I had to wear it.
Yo,
you know, it's time to swing it and ding it. Hello, friends.
They suspended the Masters due to hello, brother. Did you see that whole? Oh no, you said hello, friends. Have you seen that trend?
No.
Oh man, we'll talk about it momentarily. But Masters suspended due to darkness. Going to pick up at 10 to 8 tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
DeChambeau in the lead right now. Tiger.
Yeah.
Tied for 17th.
Also,
when do we stop?
Also, did he finish 18?
Because
he went off at 3:45. So he's trying to do like the math.
He's through 13. So he's I think he's through 13. Let's check.
Yeah, he's around there. It's fine. You don't got to be precise. Like I don't need to know.
Tiger Woods.
It'd be great if you had to like sleep there, like on that hole, like.
Yeah,
you got to put up
through
a tent.
13 play suspended due to darkness. He's going to resume Friday morning. When do we stop rooting for Tiger? Like he looks okay. You know, he's he's -1.
When somebody takes over the sport the way he did, that's the answer.
But nobody is. I mean, that's
right. That's why he's still around, because it's like LeBron replaced Jordan in a lot of. I get that you say that, but talk to the kids you educate. They know LeBron. You know Jordan.
You know what's funny is the kids I educate. Even LeBron's too old for them. They're all Steph and
that's fine.
You know, Harden and all.
That's like us with Kobe. Like we're too old for Jordan. Yeah,
too young. We're a little too young for. Is that what you mean? I mean, the Jordan was our elementary
school.
Yeah,
too young.
Years.
We're too young for Jordan.
And then Kobe took us through high school.
Right,
yeah,
Shaq.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shaq was there.
That's how I beat Shaq. Little Bow Wow.
I just think it's it's that nice fairy tale that we want to see. That Tiger Woods comes and he wins. And then it's not going to happen. Guess what? If he wins, it's not like he's going to be like ride into the darkness and say, I'm done with this golf.
No, because he would have done that tonight. He would have rode in the darkness and kept playing.
He had no choice but to ride in the darkness
playing.
tonight.
Everybody put out your cell phones. Like, was that Bagger Vance?
Bagger Vance, yeah. Line up the fairway with cars and put your headlights on, guys.
That would have been epic. That would have been great.
Look,
that's
man.
How I want my Tiger Woods.
I want to root for him. I do. I'm just tired of being disappointed, Tiger.
Yeah.
He did look good today, though.
I picture my Tiger in a tuxedo T-shirt, playing front row.
And I'm like hammered drunk.
That'd be great.
I mean, look, man, he's made a great living off of this stuff. And as long as he still, I'm going to do the mother answer. As long as he still likes to play and enjoys himself, then I just hope everybody has a good time.
Well, that shows, like, because he was on the same trajectory, like, obviously way more trends. he did so much more for his sport, but like him, and he gave me Jeter vibes until he had like all these mishaps in his life.
You mean the whole
like
affair
just this
situation?
Yeah, but before
whole
all
sex
that,
addict situation?
even that, like the mug shot where he's like his eyes are barely open, and
Well, that was under
like
pain
he
meds.
flipped
That
his
was all
car.
stuff. That was all after the affair. So then he hurt himself, and he was all tripped up on pain meds, and he got pulled over. Everybody thought he was drunk. He was just
lost
high.
his dad though too. That
Yeah,
I mean,
look,
people don't
man,
realize.
he's had some bumps in the road, definitely, but he, you know,
Yeah,
he's human.
yeah, we all are.
He's a human,
Except for you
man.
robots out there watching us right now.
Yeah, dude, seriously, what do we got? Damn robots. Oh, there it is. I don't want to say it out loud. That's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah,
I want that number to be a little bit more.
it was more when we were muted.
Actually, it was. Yeah, we this is the second time around, guys. We were muted the first time, which some of you might wish we were muted right now. Let's get into baseball because that's a part of the reason why we're even on this radio station to begin with anyway. All right. For the most part, we're about 11, 12 games in. Yankees and Dodgers first teams to 10, respectively, from the American and National League. Braves, Phillies, and Mets. Even the Nats, guys. Everybody but the Marlins. Tight race. I mean, I know the season just kicked off, but the Mets stuck it to the Braves today. That was great to watch. And then you had Phillies, who ended up beating Pittsburgh. I mean, who cares if you have that button ready? But don't get me wrong. I mean, they're playing well. Do you know the problem with Phillies offense, Mike?
No.
You want to guess? Like, do you have any theories on why? I mean, with their lineup, you don't want to say they're struggling to be as explosive as they were last year. And there's one Philadelphia Philly that says
Trey Turner?
no.
Huh.
No. Nick Castellanos himself.
Oh, well,
Castellanos.
might have changed today.
So basically, he says that the reason they have this slow start, they're not as explosive, is they're trying to be more disciplined at the plate. But Philly Rob says there's a fine line between being disciplined and just being scared to take chances.
That's fair. Like and that's happened in New York, in Queens.
Yeah.
Where like the analytical department takes over, and like you have to. Sometimes like the moment has to catch, and if you're just playing off the back of a baseball card and hoping that the analytics are there, that's just not the way you win.
I'm glad you brought that up, my friend, because you're absolutely right, dude. Analytics are great for baseball. Everybody, you can go, don't watch it. I mean, you can watch it because it's a good movie, but go read the book Moneyball. It's fantastic. Bill James, I mean, he brought numbers into this game that people weren't looking at. But now you have these teams that are too focused on the numbers, and they think that equates to plate discipline. And they think if they start chasing and those numbers drop. I mean, the Phillies are now doing it. I think what they're doing is they're looking at their past two seasons by the number and seeing on what they need to improve on. And they're all like, we got to be disciplined at the plate. We got to do this. We got to do that. And now they're constantly concentrate on this number. This number needs to go up. It needs to go up. It needs to go up. And it's making them stiff at the plate.
Yeah.
And they're not loose. They're not swinging. They're just being overly cautious, and they're in their own heads.
No, if you think about every time the Phillies have gotten deep into the playoffs, with the exception of probably 2009, they're always the underdogs. And what I mean is, like, they're ranked third. And then, like, I got, like, Jimmy Rollins going, we're the team to beat. And we're like, okay, that's cute. Like, you know what I mean? And then they are, because they're playing with house money. Like, now if you're trying to be like, oh, we are the team, like, it's a lot harder to have that target.
Right.
One, teams that normally wouldn't show up. And two, like, you're overthinking. So I think they're like, oh, how can we get to the next level?
Yeah, and this is one season where, for the most part, they came in brand new, everybody healthy. So now guys, we are 12 games in. Yeah. I don't care if you were 0-12 at this point. Like, it's nothing to even remotely start to worry about here and really dive too deep.
Or even celebrate.
Exactly. But, I think you're right. I think they came in healthy. They are scratching their heads like we why aren't we picking up where we left off, as if there wasn't a span of 6 months between the time you guys stopped playing, maybe 4 months between the time you guys stopped playing and then when you picked it up again. So you guys everybody's got to click together too.
Well, also like you've heard it, like even the Braves are overthinking themselves. Just lost 16-4 to the Mets
with only 2 home runs. I mean, granted, there were multiple RBIs in each home run,
but they were talking about how like maybe winning the division is hurting them because then they get that week off and then they can't get it back together. So they're like, maybe we should win a wild card. It'd be easier that way. Like, and it's ridiculous to even think that.
Nobody has the goal with winning the wild card.
But that's a conversation. That's a conversation that now the Braves are having within themselves mentally, and they're telling the press about it. So, and it's just, so yeah, I think it, like, honestly, in a lot of ways, like right now, the Mets, if they could string it together, figure it out, maybe pick up a couple pitchers, like starting pitchers, like we could be the Phillies of 2 years ago. And I'm cracking up because it's just the other two were just in your head. And I never realized that until we're having this conversation now.
It's just like, wild because it's like to the average person that makes sense, right? We say it all the time. We're like, oh, you need a scrappy team. They're going to go. I mean, Philly was that scrappy team.
It's fun when you're on the bottom.
2 years ago, 3 years.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's such a stupid mentality. But like you said, now it's all right. It's in your head, but that's all it is in your head. If you're that top seed and someone limps into the wild card and then you have to play them, it's like, oh man, this team's got momentum.
Yeah.
This team's you guys understand momentum is not it's a real thing, but it's not something that you're looking at on paper. Like the stats are still
it's
the
as
stats.
good as
like,
today's starting pitcher. That's what they always say.
Exactly. Your momentum means nothing when you're starting a new game. Like, come on.
And the other thing is what I would share is like the way the Phillies did it. So they're in the World Series, right? They almost won it all. Next year, they lose the last game 7 of the NLCS in their own ballpark, right? So they're on a downward trend. Like the fan base is looking at it as, man, we made it to the World Series the year before, and now we didn't even do that. So like it's like this domino effect of you're trying to figure it out. So they're overthinking the game, and really they just got to get back to where they are. And even with their playlist and stuff like that, oh, that was a second place playlist and all this. Like, don't change anything. Don't change anything. No. Because like you were that close.
Yeah, dude, their locker room should be exactly the same. Whatever wants to be marketed from a team perspective, like, dude, that's all front office. I don't, these guys, like Castellanos doesn't care about any of this stuff. Like, Bryce doesn't care about any of that. Who cares about a song and all that stuff, dude? Whatever's playing in the clubhouse, just keep playing it. Don't worry about how your team's being marketed and what the fan base needs, this, that, and the other thing. Like, just play baseball. Especially 12 games. You're 12 games in. I mean, let's talk All-Star break and figure out where you're at then and then, what to do and who's healthy. I mean, things can change in 3 days from now.
Yeah.
Yankees off to a good start.
Yeah.
We'll talk about them a little bit. 1st to 10 in the American League. Dodgers 1st to 10 in the National League. They both hit 10 wins on the same day, which was Tuesday, and then they both lost on Wednesday. So
that's hilarious.
But a few things that from a Yankees perspective that we haven't been really seeing. First of all, Clay Holmes has an ERA of 0. Even though I forget what his WHIP, his whip is, but I mean, dude, he WHIP whip. But I think the Yankees are starting to fight a little bit. They're a little bit more explosive than last year, it seems to be, and there's a few reasons for that. Number one, Juan Soto.
Yeah.
I mean, good God, what a start.
Yeah.
He's
game 1 till
it's like the man I'm glad I called that guy. You never see that with a big name, especially not in the Bronx.
Not in the Bronx.
No,
that's fair.
For that quick of a start, which means he'll probably be non-existent.
Yeah, I was going to say he's going to pull both quads tomorrow.
Exactly. Stroman added, a nice added to the gap, I guess, because since we couldn't get Snell, but he lost his first outing out or second outing out, but still good things to see. Volpe's playing great. Stanton's playing great. Rodon, not too bad himself. Even like Vertigo, the bullpen's coming together. You know who's not?
Who?
Aaron Judge.
Yeah, it's you're not hearing much about him. Like it's not, then that's a good problem to have. Your star player is not up to is slumping, and you have 10 wins already in this.
Can we call it a slump?
Not even. Not even. It's just no. I get that. I'm just saying, like it's not. He's not Mr. Highlight. Like I could think of Juan Soto highlights right now. I think of 3.
Yeah, no, all good. His arm is so damn good.
It's insane.
That outfield is just, it's unreal, man.
Yeah,
now, and again, like you said, that's a good problem to have, right? Mm-hmm. When your star player is not really shining and there's 3 or 4 other guys that are shining, right?
Also, it's such a New York Yankee thing to have. Like, I don't know, Jeter, it seems like he lost his step. That ground ball he struggled to get to. Like, meanwhile, you're like 30-2 at the time, and this guy's calling WFAN. He's like, I don't know, Jeter, he's lost his step. I don't know. Do you think we should put Alex over there? I mean, he was a shortstop. Like it's just like it's like Yankee fans always pick stuff apart that doesn't need to be like, dude, just enjoy the ride, bro.
That's what
enjoy the ride.
Dude. Aaron probably wants to hit more than or better than he's hitting right now, but as long as they keep winning games, guess what? It's not going to hurt. A slump is okay if you're winning games still.
Yeah.
The pressure doesn't build until you're losing games, then everybody's looking at you. I mean, of course, he wants to break out of it, and he's a baseball player. He's a professional. No one wants to get up to the plate and not get hit, get a hit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like even coaching, right? So I coach, and it's like if you bench, like let's say you keep a player on the bench the whole game and you win, you don't hear anything from that player or their parents. They're happy the team won.
Yeah.
But the second you keep that player on the bench and you lose, the first thing, if I played, I probably would have contributed, would have done better. And then the parents are like, well, you probably would have had a better chance if you put so-and-so in. It's like, no, man, everything's all well and good if you are winning. So Aaron just has to keep doing what he's doing, ignore the New York media a little bit, and call it what it is. I mean, come on. It's again the same thing we said when we were talking about the Phillies. We're 12 games in, guys.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like baseball, like that's what I love about it. Like you could go hot or cold for like 10 games and the sky could be falling, or you could be on top of the world. Like, I was equated to 2 years ago when we joined the Gambler. Both New York teams were in first. It looked like the Phillies had no shot.
Looked like it, yeah.
Next thing you know, it's October and they're in the World Series and we're at home. So it's just you never know. It's a long season. You never know what you got. And you just hope that your leadership and the owners and the money you're investing in this team, because I mean we pay their salaries, and regardless what anybody wants to say, the fans are the reason. The people that go out, buy the merch, buy the tickets are the reason why the owners are able to pay those salaries and the players are able to get those salaries. So your investment is as much as theirs, money wise, and you just got to enjoy the ride and hope it's the right one for you.
Well, I think what my co-host is trying to say is that baseball is like a box of chocolates. And you never know. You never
know what you're gonna get.
What you're gonna get. That's what it is. No, man. No, by the way, dude, we haven't
hate
talked.
That movie.
Do you hate them? Dude, what?
Yes, that's
you hate that movie.
A
terrible movie.
Yeah, because my wife's
he won
name
an
is
Academy
Jenny.
Award for
Yeah, they're like Jenny and I go together like peas and carrots.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, listen, dude.
Peas and carrots are trash together. Like, there's not. There is not a veggie that would suck together more than peas and carrots, because you're not getting a good carrot and you're not getting a good pea, because chances are nobody's going out buying grade A carrots and mixing them with peas. Like, it's always a jar option. Like, you're getting mixed veggies. Like, there's no time where peas and carrots are good. And also, like, it's kind of like, it's if you go back and like really think about the, Tropic Thunder, as messed up as it was, like it kind of explained that you don't do that.
He won, though. He won.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks won an Academy Award for that.
I get that. I'm not arguing that. But have you ever seen the outtakes where he's laughing at some of his things that he was saying? Like, he was having a
poor
great
Jenny
time.
dies of AIDS in the movie, and you're picking apart peas and carrots.
No, like it's an awful movie.
The accent was
Dude's legs are gone.
Lieutenant Dan.
Bubba Gump gets killed, right? And then and then he's the only franchise that comes out of this thing.
Bubba Gump, sure. Well,
Right.
Yes, but
Right.
I don't even know if that franchise.
It's definitely tied.
You think?
Yeah, when you sit at a table, it says "Run, Forrest, Run" or "Stop, Forrest, Stop."
I've never eaten at.
And it's got all the memorabilia. It's they were like, "Hey, we're gonna kill the black guy, and then we're gonna take this idea that he had and franchise it." Like it's white America, 100%.
Man,
Sorry.
I can't believe you really just hated on Forrest Gump.
It's a terrible movie.
I wouldn't say it's terrible.
It's
bro.
terrible.
Couldn't be terrible.
It's
Couldn't be.
horrible. You're right. It's not terrible. It's horrible. Like what? And then he runs, but also like as a runner, not realistic. And then he creates a bumper sticker while he's running.
What do you mean not realistic?
Yeah, no shin splints. Like
Well,
never,
the
just
man
decided
spent
he
his
was just gonna
childhood in
run.
braces, dude. I mean, come on.
And they broke free, and he
He's
just
paid
started
his
running.
dues.
Yeah, I
He's
don't-
a freak of nature.
also like
he's a
what
mutant.
was his diet? Chocolate.
Maybe.
Yeah, and that's he's like, you know what? I'm loaded up on caffeine and chocolate. I'm just gonna go out for a run. Like, stop, man. It's all
Was it
baloney.
a grown man just
And then
chewing
he's in
on chocolate
Vietnam
with
or
no
was it-
scene of him sitting on the toilet like,
Was it-
oh no.
Was it Nam? Was it Nam or
Was
was
it-
it
Vietnam, yeah.
and now he's mocking veterans. Like, are you serious? Like, who wrote this movie? It's
What do you mean he's mocking
Break
veterans?
Up, he's mocking. Like now, it's like I not only did I run across country, now I'm a Vietnam vet.
With both my legs.
Yeah, yeah. While Lieutenant Dan just sitting there legless. Like it's not a.
What did you want him to do? Like strap him on his back or like push him around in one of those
I
strollers?
don't want to strap
Like a
anything,
jogger?
pal. Like I just want a decent movie, you know. Like stick to Toy Story,
I
man.
can't, man. I
That's
can't
a-
with your hate for things like Forrest Gump and
It's a terrible
Seinfeld
movie.
and
It's not
everything.
a good movie. It's not a good movie.
You're right, Mike. It's a great movie.
Who sat there and was like, "Pff, let's turn that on again? You know, a movie that I did turn on again
we
and
go.
again.
Yeah,
Took
go
and purposely I was dating like it was high school. I was dating like 4 girls at the time. Not bragging.
Four?
Like,
You're
no-
bragging. If
no,
you said
no,
two,
no,
you
no.
wouldn't be bragging. But if
I
you
was
say
I was
four, you're bragging.
talking. I wasn't dating. I was talking and hanging out with. And
Who
I
are
would
they? Name
convince
them right now.
all. One's upstairs. I would convince them all to see the same movie. One because I loved it, and it was Old School the movie. That's a rewatchable movie. That's 1,000 times better than
Old School's
Forrest
not
Gump.
getting nominated for an
It
Academy
should have.
Award.
God, it should have because it was more realistic than anything, especially in my life, that Forrest Gump did. Forrest Gump mocked people who run marathons, and
He didn't mock them.
he mocked them. He made it seem easy. He made it seem way too easy.
Usain
You
Bolt
could
makes
just
running
get out,
seem easy.
get off your park bench, and just freaking start running in old man tennis shoes. I'm not buying it. Goes to Vietnam, mocks them, steals a concept, makes it global from a black man. This is a terrible movie. You know what Old School did? You're my boy, Blue. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's great. That's a great movie.
Stay with us, guys. We have to take a short break. We got to pay the bills a little bit and find out if we can ever come back on air after that review. More to come. Ippei finally got charged this week. Plus, OJ's dead.
Oh, man.
We'll talk about that after the break. Divide Live on Fox Sports The Gambler. That was fucking fantastic.
It's like a movie review, but like it's all realistic. Like it's not a good movie. I don't care what you say. Like
Bro, it's not one of those movies
also, like,
where it's like,
five of
I
the
got to
old
watch
school-
this again.
Five
but-
of the old school scenes that I was thinking of, I couldn't say it. Like, what do you recommend? I don't have a basement.
Stop being such a- You're in the back seat.
seat.
Oh, man.
Just all of it.
I'm
Like,
here for the gangbang.
Yeah, he's like a goddamn magic show.
Oh,
You know, it's just it's good times. So yeah, let's keep rolling.
Come on, ready? Here we go.
You're listening to The Divide, right here on The Gambler.
And we're back, Divide Live, Fox Sports The Gambler. Don't forget, I know we said earlier we're podcast form, but check us out on our socials. I don't know why I said it like, check us out. I got my radio voice. Check us out on our socials, guys. Divide Live on Instagram, on Twitter, or X, whatever you say it is now. Divide Live on TikTok. That's right, we're TikToking people. Until they strip the rights of whatever music we use in the background like they've been doing with every other TikTok video. Also, check us out on YouTube Live, the Fox Sports The Gambler YouTube Live page, or Divide Live YouTube Live page. Facebook, you got DivideLive.com, Give Us a Shot.network. You can check out our merch, even though my colleague is wearing that awesome Swingin' and Ding It polo. If you want some Divide Live merch, you just check us out. We got
just check out my colleague is the awesome Divide baseball shirt.
Yeah, hey, look,
So,
man, we're here to support. That's support it is. Let's get into Ippei a little bit here.
Yeah,
because he stole allegedly, according to his charges, $16 million from Shohei Ohtani. So Ippei Mizuhara, however you say his name, stole $16 million.
Great reporting.
$16 million. Mizuhara, I think I said. I think it's
okay.
Mizuhara.
I just call him Ippei.
Ippei.
Scapegoat.
Ippei is, of course, the former long-term interpreter for Shohei Ohtani. Got into a huge scandal during this off-season, or at least start of this season, when pitchers and catchers were reporting back all the way back in February into March that he had a huge gambling debt and he stole the 16 to help cover a lot of that. I am not a very good gambler at all. I think if I ever got to a $1 million in debt, I would probably just stop or jump off a bridge, one or the other. But if you need to steal $16 million to cover most of your gambling debt, that's an insane gambling debt.
What I also don't understand is if you go into his betting history, he's down $40 million. So where did he get the other? I'm sorry, spoiler alert, being an interpreter is not going to pay $36 million or $26 million.
He had the jump on a 3-leg parlay that was had so 200 odds plus 200
you see
odds.
The one bet that was $10. That's what he's like.
That's when he's like, dude, I don't know. Of course, that's the one that hits. He's got a bet for $500,000.
I'm back in.
he had a $10 free play from FanDuel that he used for $10.
Now is the perfect time to mention our sponsor, Kutt.com.
Yeah, no, seriously, guys, listen. You can check out any betting app you want, but if you're not sticking with Kutt, then you obviously don't want to win money. Kutt is the perfect betting platform because you can bet against your friends. You think your friend is dumb? Put your money where your mouth is.
Right.
You think they have no idea what they're talking about? Put your money where your mouth is. All right. Kutt will let you do that. How many arguments can you settle and win money at the same time?
Right.
Go to Kutt.com, promo code GAMBLER. Guys, check it out. Mike has laid bets before. I've made bets before for Kutt. Anything that has a outcome you can bet on.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Does not have to be sports.
No, and imagine if Ippei was betting against Ohtani, he wouldn't have to have stolen the money.
That's true.
Because even if he did steal the money, it would have went right back to Ohtani.
He could have hedged his bet non-stop.
See, Ippei
you can bet to see if
have been
Ippei goes
listening
to
to
jail.
our show. Yes, that's
you can
exactly.
bet that. That's something you can lay right now for Kutt. Kutt, guys. Promo code GAMBLER. Check them out.
Awesome.
So $16 million.
Yeah.
It's like, how did he? My first question was, how the hell did he get access to the money so easy?
No.
Well, it's very easy when you interpret for someone because they have no idea what's going on. So you walk them to the bank and you open up an account. And when you do that, Mike, you get all the account information and you can just pretty much take out money whenever you want, which is exactly what he did.
Okay.
Unreal. So it started all the way in 2021. Allegedly says that the first unauthorized transfer from his bank account, and this is, mind you, his salary, any promo deal, pretty much all of Ohtani's money is going in this account. But the first allegedly unauthorized transfer from the account was November 15th, 2021, where he took $40,010.
There's the $10.
Yep. And it aligns with the timing of a text message between Ippei and a bookmaker discussing the amount that he was laying for the bet. And then all the way fast forward to May 2023, his transfers went from around $40,000 to about $500,000 each. $500,000 for each transfer, placing 25 wagers per day and lost nearly $41 million.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Like, honestly, like, none of this makes sense because it's $41 million. Like, that's a lot of freaking money for an interpreter, like, to lose, right? Or even to think that he could gamble it. And I understand, like, if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. I'm told they could help you. But what I don't understand about this is, like, one, like, now all of a sudden Ohtani understands what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, so we're going to play the card that, yeah, he was able to open up bank accounts. He was able to do this. He was able to do that without Ohtani knowing. But the minute it hit the fan, all of a sudden, now Ohtani knows. I don't get that. And the one part where the gamblers knew Ippei's relationship with Ohtani because they were threatening Ippei to pay, saying they were watching Ohtani walk his dog.
Yeah, I'm watching him walk his dog. You're not calling me back. I'm going to go up and talk to Ohtani and figure out how to get in touch with you since you won't call me back.
Right. So also, like, if somebody, it sounds like you're threatening me, you know. Also, like, it takes a lot of skills to be a thief and have a gambling problem. You know what I mean? And to get access to that much money. That's all I'm trying to say. So you're that smart to be able to get that much money.
Yeah.
But also, like, you have that big of a gambling problem.
Also, I mean, in Ohtani, too, it's like you don't even know this money is missing. Like, you're just, I mean, that's a rich person problem. I can't hate him for that,
guess,
dude. You're making hundreds of millions of dollars off endorsements and everything else.
And
like,
I've been told by agents,
14?
like, you know, and people in the industry that, yeah, that can actually happen. Very
dude,
easily.
if you're making $100 million a year and you're missing like if I'm making $100,000 a year, I might not notice $14,000. You know what I mean? Like same thing, same scam.
I've heard bartenders do that. Like they'll overtip themselves. You're looking at me like I'm crazy. Like they'll be like, think about it. Like how many times do you go back and double check the amount you wrote down on tip versus the amount they actually pull from your.
Like if you tip a waiter or a bartender like on a credit card
or a waitress
and they go back and change the amount. Yes, there was a Twitter feed about that.
Yes, exactly.
That's why you always like keep. Well, it's
Nobody's
weird if people
keeping
like,
it.
but it's
And are
weird
you
how people like
checking?
keep the receipt of like what you write. But yeah, no,
Right.
you're right. I'm never checking the amount I tip on a credit card.
So if it was a couple bucks off,
That's true. Like tip $10 and it's 20. Like you know what I mean? Like that's wild.
no.
Dude, when I bartend, you can't leave a tip on the credit card.
You've
where
been
I'm at.
Ohtani'd.
It's only cash. So that
That's
doesn't
not
happen.
fair either.
I like it though because when I like when we go out to dinner, I try to bring cash to tip because when you tip on the card, it goes right to their
to
check.
the house or
Yeah.
like they have to all share it too, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, usually places pool tips anyway. But yeah, it goes right to the check, and then you get taxes taken out, so it counts as income. It sucks.
So it's really like
So it's like for the people like, so for example, guys, I bartend at a place that doesn't do tips on credit cards. So some people are like, oh, I don't have cash. And you're like, dude, I don't care. And they're like, well, what do you mean? It's like, well, if you didn't have cash and you tip, like I'd get taxed. So I'll take my losses there to not take my loss at the end of the year. You know what I mean?
yeah.
All right, back to Ippei. It wasn't all gambling, Mike. He did use some of Ohtani's money to buy baseball
You
cards.
should QR your Venmo.
That's actually a great idea.
I should do that for you before you leave.
I should. No, I know how to do it, but I mean, like, actually,
Oh,
like
no
tape
problem. Here's my Venmo.
tape
No,
it
just
to the
have it
bar.
in your like phone as your favorite, and just be like,
it. Yeah, you don't have
right
cash.
there. Oh, there. And it has Murphy crying.
That's just my daughter. She's hungry.
She's hungry. Playing Sarah McLachlan in the background.
Oh, dude. Ippei, man, what is wrong with you, Ippei? I could see stealing money to buy
The
baseball
name
cards.
of
You know what I
Ippei.
mean? But come on,
Baseball cards.
wow, dude.
I've never stole money for baseball cards. I bought a ton of baseball cards today, actually.
Did you really?
I did. I'm addicted.
I want to start getting into.
$40 million.
I want to start getting into.
$40.
I really want to start getting into any trading card.
Don't do it, man.
I just want to.
I just love ripping packs, like the smell.
Ripping packs, man. It sounds like a drug. You want to rip some packs, man?
But no, it's like the smell of fresh baseball cards and just the idea of opening it and like it could have something crazy in it. Never has in my entire career, life, I should say. A career of ripping packs. Yeah, it's just a cool feeling.
I'm
Also,
a pack ripper. It's just what I do.
Shout out to Nanny Cope. I knock on both sides. Now Peyton does that. I even have Sean Brace doing it when we open packs together.
I don't know what you just said. But
We
it sounded
knock,
good.
like you knock on both sides. So if it's a pack of cards,
Like you're like
we also do that on scratch offs.
like
That's
a,
like
like a pack of cigarettes.
it's for
You
good
know, you
looks.
pack
No,
the
no,
one side.
not like
You got to pack them in. Yeah.
no. We knock, and then you rip them or you scratch them. That was a good luck charm. Never worked. So
I was just gonna ask my next question.
Maybe it's not a good luck charm.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Where we at?
We're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna talk about the greatest hits of O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson.
Not a Jew. Guys, O.J. Simpson is dead. He died. We're going to talk about that. Let's pay some bills first. We will be right back. This is Divide Live on Fox Sports The Gambler.
So Mania, Flair, O.J.?
Yeah.
Or no, we should do O.J. first because I feel like that could go longer.
No. Do
Okay.
Mania, Flair,
Okay.
and O.J. I like that. Let's do it. Hit the button.
You're listening to The Divide, right here on The Gambler.
And we're back. You had a pretty busy week, man. First of all,
nuts.
this is the first time we're sitting down and talking to each other in a while, but you got home from your vacation, and I felt like you stepped off the plane and went to WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was crazy. So
I'm sure people feel bad for you now that you stepped off the plane for vacation
Yeah.
to go to WrestleMania, which is now 2 days.
Yeah.
I just learned.
So Peyton, I'm going to backtrack really quick. Thursday, Peyton's last day of school.
Right.
Half day. I committed to her while her mom was away on another business trip that she bought these eggs and she wanted to paint them, give them to all the talent and people I work with that she knows I work with every day. So she had one for Bex, Buster, Rach on the radio, Nugget, Sean Brace, Frankie Darcell, Miss Patty Jackson, like all the way down to Roxy on Rise and Grind, Jeff, my president,
right.
some of my employees. So she was like, yeah, you're going to sign me out of school and we're going to drop these off. She had a half day. I got her out like 10 minutes early. We go down there. She drops them off. We're like, hey, look, like she made these eggs. She's hugging everybody, hanging out. Then we get on the plane. We go to L.A., Hollywood. We're in the center, like right across the street from the Chinese theater in what looks like the Haunted Mansion from, not the Haunted Mansion, the Hollywood Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
Like that's what our hotel looked like. And it was haunted. People are telling us it's haunted. Homeless people were like, yo, bro, that thing's haunted. Like you shouldn't be in there.
Enjoy your stay.
It was beautiful. It was awesome. It was really cool. We went to the iHeart Music Awards. Great. We go to Disneyland. We went to Universal, Mario Kart. Awesome weekend. Get off the plane. Literally worked Friday. Regular work day, closed some deals, did some stuff for the Gambler.
Survived an earthquake.
Saturday, yeah, I brought the earthquakes back with us and an aftershock from LA. Like that was my gift to everybody. And then Saturday's WrestleMania with Ric Flair. And he's everything you thought he was. Like, you know, we had Alexa there from the network, and he was in love with her. He was in love with anything that walked past him.
How could you not be?
But look, it was a really, really cool experience. It was awesome to see. Shout outs to Green Legion. They put on a heck of a show. But it was a long day, dude. It was a long day because these are like 6 hours before WrestleMania.
Oh my god!
And then you had to go in. And every day I didn't have a ticket to go in, including the first day. Stacy got my daughter a ticket and my wife a ticket, so there was an understanding that I wouldn't be able to go in. And they would just go in because Peyton really wanted to go to WrestleMania.
Right.
And I was like, dude, I get it. Like, it's all good. John Jansen got me a ticket in. It was great. You know, so I went the first night. Second night, same kind of thing. We had people from our Pong tournament that got these amazing sweet tickets thanks to our president, but I didn't have a ticket and got one last minute. It was pretty epic. So
The Rock was there, some other old heads, Undertaker, Cena.
It was nuts, man.
It's
Absolutely
and
nuts.
I know they switched it because you told me like a couple years ago to now a 2-day event. It used to just be like that one. First of all, how many like pay-per-views? There's I feel like, is there more pay-per-views for wrestling now than I feel like there used to be like 5 major pay-per-views. There was like SummerSlam and Royal Rumble and Hell in a Cell and WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's almost monthly now. There's the core 4 that's always going to be there. So it's WrestleMania, Survivor Series, SummerSlam, and the Royal Rumble. Those are core 4. Those are the best 4. Those are the marquee of everything. But there's all these other pay-per-views, and they had them as kids. They would coin them as in your house. So it was just like once a month, and it was like a little bit better than Raw.
Okay.
But yeah, they kind of went away when SmackDown joined because like they were like, dude, there's a lot of content already.
Yeah.
But now they're back because you got Saudi Arabia once wrestling, which when they announced the Saudi Arabia match, everybody in Philly booed. And I was kind of cracking up. It's kind of funny. So you kind of you can't take you can take Philly for what it's worth, but it was funny.
Come on.
So dude, yeah. So now not only is it more than 4 pay-per-views, it's WrestleMania. It's 2 nights. You know, so they're doing it for 2 nights. It was just intense, dude. Like for me, it was like the Super Bowl, but multiple days. And what really put it together was we're broadcasting with Ric Flair, and we're in this box above Chicky and Pete's in Xfinity Live, and there is a crowd of hundreds and hundreds of people beneath us, and they're all looking up, and we don't even notice they're looking up until somebody noticed. And they're like, look, everybody's looking at us. And Ric Flair just gets up and he starts doing crotch shots, which was hilarious. But like, it was just a mind-blowing experience. And then Quimby goes, and we have to do it all over again tomorrow. And you're just like, oh my God.
Hey, thanks, Quimby, for sucking the air out of the room.
No. It made it because it was like a once-in-a-lifetime thing. But now we got to do it twice.
Oh, he said it in like that aspect.
Yes.
Like, yo,
yes.
we get to
it
do
felt
this
good.
tomorrow.
It felt good. And then I was able to then capture Sunday in a way with Ty in such a way that was poetic and better. So it was like, imagine if you got to relive your wedding. Oof. All right. But the parts you enjoyed.
No, man, my wedding, I thoroughly enjoyed my wedding, man. It was dope.
Was great.
That was...
No, but I'm just saying, like, if you like those moments, you're like, I could never do this again, and you're like, actually, you're gonna do the same exact thing.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
You mentioned that you're gonna do the same thing.
Yeah. So that's been my week. Monday was dreadful. I'm still tired. The only other person that's on the reverse version of this was Jansen went from WrestleMania to Vegas. And I feel like that's almost as tough as what I did, LA into Vegas.
Just a normal flight into Vegas is exhausting.
The other part was like, so Friday, I'm the only one that got up early in my house. And then Saturday, and Sunday, I was able to sleep enough that I still was jet lagged. And we were still going to bed. Like, I wasn't even getting home till 2 a.m. either day. So I still feel jet lagged. And nobody cares. So I was like, all right, cool.
Sorry. Bring your problems elsewhere, buddy.
Yeah, it sounds like a you
sounds
problem.
like a you problem.
Yeah.
OJ Simpson's dead, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you're hearing this for the first time. You shouldn't be though. This is a weird one, man. This is like
so
a very
strange, man. It's just so weird. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that looked like, other than the tiny glove, it looked like, here, grab my strong hand. Look, man, it's a weird one because he was a celebrated athlete that murdered his wife and a wife's friend. Like there's no other way to say it. He wasn't convicted, but 99% of America agrees that he got away with murder. And dude, it's crazy because people that were born even after the trial still know about OJ Simpson.
Yeah.
They know just how crazy everything is. Now the craze is going to pick up again. The documentaries are going to get watched again. Bronco sales are going to go through the roof. Like it's going to be a little uptick of everything. But it's just a weird feeling because it's like the news hit from a sports perspective because he's dude's in the Football Hall of Fame. He's got a bust in Canton.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, stripped of his Heisman and all that other stuff for obvious reasons. But like he's solidified in the sports world forever.
Yeah.
But from everything else that happened after that, people are kind of like, ooh. So you got all these news outlets, ESPN, Shep, they're like, reporting it from a sports perspective. It's even on the Football Hall of Fame website. You click on each name and it's OJ Simpson, and they updated everything, and it's prostate cancer according to his family, which
sucks. Could have been avoidable.
Well, you know what else could have been avoidable?
Well, that's like minus the fact that he had like the if I did it, this is how I would have done it.
Oh my God.
Like I almost like if you really think about him post leaving court and post trial, like he's so jolly, he's so happy. The things he would comment on from a golf cart, that went viral and everybody got to see.
Oh, as of late, man,
was
everything.
always
He was just
right to the point where I'm like, dude, did he really do it? And then you're like, yeah, he did it. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But like, if you take, it's almost like a second, like almost like an alter ego or something. Like,
yeah. I
right.
think he thinks he may have not done it.
Yeah, he's almost convinced himself.
Pretty
or-
much.
or
But I
didn't
mean,
do it.
dude, there was his dude, they were divorced for 2 years.
Yeah.
When it happened, him and Nicole, and there was history of domestics and how like he, actual recorded statements of like, how crazy he gets when he gets angry and he gets this look in his eye. So, dude, there could have been a multiple personality thing where he had
Also,
no idea.
I love to see, like, you got to remember, like, this, we saw it in wrestling, God forbid, I hate talking about, but Chris Benoit, like,
Yeah.
I love to crack, I want scientists to, I hope his body gets kind of looked
They
at.
donate his brain.
Yeah, it's curiosity, right?
Dude, and it's funny. I mean, we're not going to hear obviously nothing weird is going to come out, but
no, or
You
nothing
almost-
shocking, because
almost-
nothing shocks anybody anymore.
no, well, dude, we've talked
Yeah.
about this.
Like we were like, we had an earthquake and it was like lunch conversation and that was it.
on the East Coast.
Yeah.
That never happens.
Like, did you guys feel that? Okay,
Yeah, all right.
let's go back.
Back to dumb
Hey
stuff.
guys, you see that alien outside? Yeah, give him
let's
thumbs
go
up.
No, but it's like you kind of think of like, I'm sure people are like, oh man, it'd be crazy if he left a note saying that he did it. It's like, why? Like, you all think, here's how dumb the general public is. I feel like if he left a note saying that he did it, like as a last dying note, I feel like most of the general public would be like, that's fake. He didn't do that. But they would still believe that he's a murderer. You know what I mean?
Right.
Almost like it's like just arguing against the fact. Like, just like he definitely did it. He definitely did it. Oh, he left a note as like his dying wish. Ah, that's fake. He probably didn't do it. You know what I mean? Just that type of.
Do you also, like, if you know you're about to meet your demise and you're a public figure, do you not share that?
I think
I'm sharing it.
I think OJ genuinely.
I do
thinks,
like 10 more podcasts.
I
and be like,
think OJ genuinely think.
I'd get
like
with like a funeral parlor.
He
and be
thinks
like,
he was loved though. He thinks he
Yeah.
was adored. Like he has no idea how the public really.
Mike's last minute on the mic are brought to you by Paul's Funeral Farm.
You know what it is, man. You would sell the heck out of it too. If
would.
that was that situation, you'd be like,
Like Eddie.
all right, I'm
Yeah.
selling this, and my family's making money to where they never have to work
Exactly,
again. And
exactly.
you supported a murderer's family.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that would be the real plot twist.
That'd be great.
But
Or like
all right.
Cutco knives.
Oh God.
Jeez.
All right, guys. Have a good week. We'll be back next week. This was Divide Live on Fox Sports The Gambler.